yet another lecture on assignment problems, and today we are going to see assignment problems to solve with Hungarian method. So this is the process that is given for Hungarian method. Now basically in my last lecture I talked about what is assignment problems. We have to identify the best person and we have to assign the given task to only one person. Now suppose this is a given problem wherein there are these J1, J2, J3, J5, J4 are the jobs that to be assigned to particular machines, and 20, 28, 19, as you can see, these are the number of hours that machines are taking in order to perform that particular job. Now we have to find the minimum time allotted to all these machines so that in minimum time we can complete this particular activity. So here to perform that assignment problem with Hungarian method, the very first step is to check whether the problem is balanced or not. In my last lecture I told you a balanced problem is which we have number of rows is equal to number of columns for the given matrix. As you can see here in this given matrix of 4 rows and 4 columns, so we call this as a balanced problem, so we can solve it. How to solve the unbalanced problem? You can check my next lecture for this. The very first step for a balanced problem is to do row reduction. Now row reduction is simple, that we have to identify the smallest element in each row and we have to subtract it from the rest of the elements in that particular row. Now here in this given problem, as you can see, the smallest element is 13. So what I'll do, I'll subtract 13 from rest of the elements. If I do that, what I'll get 7. See, this is my row reduction. This is the first step of solving assignment problem using Hungarian method. So if I identify the smallest element in the row first is 13, so I will subtract 13 from rest of the elements. So 20 minus 13 is 7, 28 minus 13 is 15, 19 minus 6, and this is 0. Similarly, I'll perform the same for row 2. The smallest element is 15. I'll subtract 15 from rest of the elements. 15, 0, 15, 16 and 13. Similarly, perform the same for row 3 also. The smallest element is 17. So the answer will be 23, 4, 3, 0. And for the row number 4, the smallest element is 12. So the answer will be 9, 16, 14, 0. Now I'm done with my row reduction performance. So after my row reduction is done, what I'll do, I will check column wise whether I got at least 1 0 in each of the columns. Here in this case, which is not there in column number 2 and column number 3, there is no zeros. So I have to undergo column reduction performance. For column reduction, the process will be same. As you can see, what we have to do, we have to identify the smallest element in column and subtract it from all the elements in that respective column. So here the column number 1 will be remain same as the smallest element is 0. Again column number 4 will remain the same as the smallest element is 0. For this, the smallest element is 4, so I will subtract 4 from each of the elements. So I get 11, 11, 0 and 12. Here the smallest element is 3, so subtracting, I will get the new column is like 13, 0 and 11. So now I'm done with my column reduction. So the step 3 is to draw minimum lines to cover all the zeros. See, after the reduction, I get some zeros in each rows and columns. So what I have to do, I have to cover all these zeros with straight lines and minimum straight lines. Suppose that, in my last lecture also I told you that how to do this. Very simple. We have to sketch straight lines so that we can cover maximum zeros. So if suppose and again I'll go with row first. If I draw a line here, only 1 0 is covered. If I draw a line in row 2, only 1 0 is covered. But if I draw a line in row 3, my 3 zeros are covered, so I'll draw a line here. If I again I'll go and cover the zeros. Here if I draw the line, only 1 0 is covered. Now I'll go with column 1, 1 0, and then if I draw a line here, okay, my two zeros are covered and my only remaining zero that can be covered by this. So I got line number 1, line number 2 and line number 3. So what is the process? If the number of lines are is equal to number of rows is equal to number of columns. Here in this case the lines are 3, which is not equal to 4. Hence this is not an optimal solution. So what I have to do, I have to perform further operations on this particular matrices. Now before I go the next step, I request all the students to please use pencils and highlighters if you want, and if it is initial stage, to understand what exactly happening. See what I'm doing, I'm covering the lines with this highlighter in order to get you understand what exactly is happening. The steps are very simple. We have to perform two operations A and B. First on the smallest element from the covered elements and non-covered elements. So my dear friends, elements which are outside this highlighted, these are non-covered elements, and elements which are on this line are nothing but the covered elements. So basically what I have to do, please read. Select the smallest element from the non-covered elements and subtract it from all the non-covered elements. So my non-covered elements are 7, 11, 3, 9, 12 and 11. So my smallest element is 3. So what I'll do, I'll subtract it. I'll get 4, 8, 0. I'll write it down, and then here I get 6, 8, sorry, it's 11 and 8. What to do with the non-covered elements? When I draw the lines, I got some junction points. These are the junction points. Junction point is something where the vertical line and the horizontal line crosses each other. Some people call it cross section also. So here we have to perform three different operations. First, we have to identify the smallest non-covered element and subtract it from all the non-covered elements. Second is that add the smallest element number to the cross section point. Now which was the smallest cross number? Smallest number was 3, and these are the cross section, this and this. So what I'll do, I will add 3 to these numbers. So this will become 16, 13 plus 3 becomes 16, and 0 plus 3 becomes 3. And remaining all the items which are on the line should be represented as it is, like 11, 0, 13, 23, 0, 0. There's no change. Again this 0 will remain the same and this 0 will remain the same. I'll repeat what I've done. See, after column reduction, I try to cover all the zeros with single line. And in order to do that, I could only find there are 3 sufficient lines to cover all the zeros, which is not the optimal solution. So what I have to do, I have to undergo a different step, wherein what I'll do, two operations. All the non-covered elements, that is 7, 11, 3, 9, 12, 11. So I have to identify the smallest element out of these, that is 3, subtract it from the non-covered elements that are not covered in the yellow line. So this is what I have done. Then the cross section points to be added with that smallest number. Here you might get one cross section, you may get two cross section, you may get many number of cross sections. So whatever cross sections are there, you need to add that number to it. Now again we are at a position where we have to perform the same. We have to draw lines so that all the zeros can be covered. Once part A, part B is done, then we'll perform step 3. Step 3 is nothing but to draw the lines to cover all the zeros. Again, if I have to draw, if I draw a line here, I can cover 2 zeros, here 1, again here 2, and this. So I'll prefer to cut this line. 2 zeros are covered. Again row 3, 2 zeros are covered. Again if I go column wise, 1 0 is covered. Again if I go column wise, 1 0 is covered. So now my lines are like this is covering 2 zeros, this is covering 2 0, this is covering 1 0, and this is covering 1 0. So now I got 4 lines. So again I'll check the condition of optimality. That is number of lines is equal to 4, number of rows is equal to 4, and number of columns is equal to 4. So this is my optimality is achieved. So now I can go for the step 5. This is what I have to do. I have to assign the zeros. The very simple formula for this is to choose the row first, prioritize the single zeros in the column, and strike out the adjacent zeros in it. So in order to make it very simple, never afraid to write out the matrix again and again, because more neat and clean your matrix is, there are chances that you will avoid the mistakes, because this kind of questions might be asked in operation research or maybe quantity techniques for business decisions. So the value could be of 10 marks, so you can afford to write down the matrix once again. So I have done it. Now what I'll do, I'll assign the zeros. In order to assign the zeros, what I'll give priority to rows or columns which has single zeros. In row 1 I got 2 zeros, in row 2 I got 1 0. So I'll assign this 0 first, and if there are any zeros in the column, adjacent column, I would have strike it out. Then again here 2 zeros in row 3, so I will not do this. Again in row 4 I got this 1 0, so I'll assign it, and see there is adjacent 1 0 is existing, so I'll cross it. Again my row operations are done, so I'll go column 1. Like this column I got nothing left because it is already assigned. In column 2 I got 1 0 left, so I'll assign this. I'll go to this column. Again there are 2 zeros available, so I'll skip this column for nothing remain. Again repeat the operations. I'll go row first. Again I found this, so I will assign this, and the adjacent will be crossed. So now what is the cross check? That each row has only one zero assigned. This is a cross check. There should not be two zeros in the single row. So now all the zeros are assigned. So what I'll do, I'll see these positions in the original matrix. This is the original matrix. If I go, this is 0 is assigned with the value 15, plus this is assigned with the value 21, plus this is assigned with the 19, and this is assigned with 12. If I'm going to sum up these, I'll get an answer is 67. So the minimum time that is required to complete this particular assignment is 67 minutes. Now my dear friends, there might be some doubts in your mind. Suppose that while striking out, some people may say that okay, instead of cutting this line and this line and finally this line, I may choose different lines to cover the zeros. Yes, it is possible that you can use different lines to cover the zeros, but ultimately the answer will not be changed. So here I'll show you once again the steps to perform the assignment, to solve the assignment problems with Hungarian method when the problem is balanced. First, perform the row reduction. Second, perform the column reduction. The method is similar, like identify the smallest element in each row or column and then subtract it from the rest of the elements. In step 3, once column, row and column reduction is done, in step 3, draw minimum lines to cover all the zeros, and if the number of lines that are used to cover the zeros is equal to number of rows and columns, then optimality is achieved. If it is not there, then you have to go for another procedure. We have to highlight the non-covered and covered elements. Operation first will be with non-covered elements. We need to subtract the smallest non-covered element from rest of the non-covered elements, add that value to the cross sections if it is there, and then again try to cover all the new matrices with the number of straight lines covering all the zeros. If the number of lines are equal to number of rows and columns, the optimality is achieved. Then perform to assign the zeros, and the process for assigning zeros is to identify the single zero in each row or column individually and then strike out the adjacent zero as an assignment problem. So here we finish with the assignment problems with Hungarian method, and when the problem is balanced problem. Please check for the next assignment problems when it is the condition of unbalanced. So thank you so much.